Hello friends, it is your watching of the videos like this that keeps your English at a plateau level. Let me ask you a few questions. How often do you actually speak English? I don't mean in your mind, rather how often do you literally use your voice to express yourself on a number of topics? How often do you voice over your thoughts? You see, what keeps most learners stuck is that we tend to think that speaking in our mind is the same as the audible speaking. When I went to school, we even had a joke when our teacher would ask us to do an exercise from our student's book, but instead of practicing our responses for real, writing them down, or in any other way solving the problem, we would say, "I did it orally. I did it in my mind." There is no replacement for the actual speaking out loud. A good way to start with this is to voice over your thoughts. Start verbalizing the thoughts you are thinking at this current moment. Your verbalization doesn't have to be grammatically correct. Our thoughts rarely come in coherent chains. Rather, they're more like snippets and bits of other phrases. If you observe your thinking long enough, you will see that this is precisely the case. So let me do this exercise with you right now. I'm making this video. You may or may not like it. I'm not the most popular YouTuber, but I hope that this video helps you learn. Don't worry whether your speech makes sense grammar or meaning-wise. Simply start getting used to the sound of your own voice. Why do you think most people feel uneasy when we hear our own voice in a recording or on film? It is precisely for the reason that we discover that we don't sound like what we think we sound like. For many people, their fantasy of what they sound like has little to nothing to do with reality. Our goal is to bridge the two. Ideally, the way you imagine your voice should match the way it actually sounds like. 2. Practice saying simple things that you will definitely say in the future. Formulate basic facts about yourself, your dreams, your learning journey, what the weather is like today, or explain something. Practice describing the specifics of your job, or retell a chapter from the book you are currently reading. Reflect on what you learned from a video you have watched, etc. You may not feel comfortable to do that in the presence of other people, and it's okay. When I was living with parents, I found it difficult to experiment with my accent in their presence. Somehow I felt really vulnerable when I was practicing. If you feel the same, see if you can find the time when you're on your own. Do not dismiss these practice sessions. You can run dialogues with yourself out loud. I was quite young when I was practicing my English in this way, and so I found it natural to play with voices and construct conversations between imaginary characters. One night I was in my room watching a music channel. I saw a clip where a famous rapper, Eminem, was having an argument with his girlfriend, and I remember spending that entire evening reconstructing their argument in English, moving around the room as I was interchangeably taking the roles of each of the characters. As far as explanation goes, I love formulating my insights in English, and you can try formulating your insights about whatever it is that you're interested in. Whenever I get an insight in meditation, I'll practice putting it into words, formulating it. I like to imagine I'm asked a question by a spiritually inclined friend and practice giving my answer. The third thing that keeps you stuck is vocabulary. We have already talked about under-discussed aspects of learning vocabulary on this channel, and if you're interested, you will benefit by watching my videos titled Advanced Vocabulary Tips and Practices and How to Memorize Vocabulary so that it sticks. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to emphasize this. Every time you're learning a new word, practice putting it into context, out loud. Don't slack off with this. Make the effort and design a sentence with the word or phrase you are learning in it, and literally say it out loud in your own voice. Then practice saying it faster and faster. For example, if you're learning such a word as shebang, meaning a set of circumstances associated with a particular situation, you may create and say out loud such sentences as, We had a lovely family gathering with holiday songs, festive jumpers, and the whole Christmas shebang, or something else along those lines. Make it your own. Embrace it. To sum up this video, realize that to overcome stuckness, or as it's known in the language community, the plateau, you must push yourself to do things people would normally dismiss as superfluous or too simple. Simple practices may not sell very well, but they are often the most effective.